Come on, man. God damn, they weren't gonna let us be grouse finna get pissed in the
Yo,
motherfucker cut.
I'm about to say, I'm about to get Malcolm. I had the Malcolm X joint on, so they wanted to cut us short.
I said, I know my brother got the right Wi-Fi. He know he coming on the Kenny Burns show.
Absolutely, we here, man. We
How you
here.
doing, big bro?
Oh man, I'm feeling wonderful, bro. On real, I was enjoying the hell out the show. Yo, the way you engage with people, though. I mean, we could talk about this all the time.
No,
Making
I
everybody
tell
feel
people
good
all
out
the
here.
time, people don't realize, like, we live out in the world for a living. Like, we go out to the people for a living. And ladies and gentlemen, TKBS Nation, I see this brother. I'm gonna fuck y'all up. See, I like to fuck people mentals up. You know what I'm saying? That's what this is me and Kainon. We were teenagers, I think. This is me and Kainon. Look at Kainon. Look at me. Look at Kainon. Look at me. This is, what issue is it? This is November 1997.
Yeesh.
Look at this motherfucker's face. Still look the same. With your little stash. I couldn't even grow. Look, my shit wouldn't even connect. Look at this thing. November 97, y'all. Janet was on the cover. We was getting to look at Bryce Wilson, Twister, D-Dot, Angela, Alamo.
Yeah. Oh, man. Oh, man.
Can't nobody tell me about history. You want to talk about history? You got history on this live right now. Is what you got?
All the way in every city across the Western Hemisphere.
Facts, man. So Kainon, I want to say that because I miss you. I ain't seen you. I feel like we'd have been together at least 25 times since COVID.
Absolutely.
Started. We'd have missed all the big. We can't even go to Anguilla. This new. It's all bad. But things are good too. Phoenixes are rising from the ashes. You and your brother, Dr. Kendall, have an amazing property that you guys are doing. And we at TKBS Nation often talk about mental health. We talk, about our issues, relationships, job, everything. And I know for you, from us talking, your hotlines have been going crazy. So let's just talk about, ARJ Cares and Jasper Psychological Services for the nation.
Okay, so thanks for having me, bro. Love you to death and love TKBS Nation. You know what I mean? This is really entertaining. So, yes, we are in the mental health space, and ARJ Cares and Jasper Psychological are our mental health facilities. We got them across 4 different states. Pioneered initially by my youngest brother, Dr. Kainon Jasper, and we just chose to approach mental health mainly for us in a different platform. We got non-traditional circumstances, so we need non-traditional approaches and methodology, and we have to do like a shared curriculum. It can't be just glasses and a pad, come sit on the couch. We gotta engage. We gotta go out in the world. You see, we be in many cities. You actually administer therapy in what you do, and I've watched it happen. So that's a part of it. Whatever our people respond to, and if we can engage them and get them to live better, feel better, think a little bit better, that's the way we choose to approach it. So ARJ Cares stands for acceptance, responsibility, and judgment. Also, the initials of our parents, Al and Rovina Jasper. So
I love it.
We honored them. Legacy all day, brother.
Yeah. Well, I love the non-conventional ways that you approach the mental health space. You and I and our friends, we're lucky to have each other, because although we might not talk every day or week or month even, we have those times when we're working around the world to gather, commune, get it all out, share, get whole, go home to the families, and repeat. So what was that part of, and I want to go up on air because I got to close out this segment, but was that a part of the initial thought process? Because I know Kendall started with it. You came on because of your entrepreneurial business mind and experience personally.
Right.
So, yeah, brother, but I love the unconventional ways in which, you guys approach this. Was that always Kendall's thing, or was that something you brought to the table and talked to him?
No. So what happened was Kendall was like he was the first Black American male doctor to graduate University of North Carolina with his doctorate PhD in like 18 years.
Wow.
So it was a severe need for us, right? So Kendall's working for one of the biggest hospitals, but what would happen was they would have episodes with people of color or dangerous situations. They send him in there, right? And he would remedy the situation, but he wouldn't do it all the time by the book.
Right.
He knew what a person's need, could see people as people. So when he got a situation back settled, they send the person back to a sick environment that got him all riled up in the first place. So he got frustrated and he came to me and said, bro, we could do this a different way. So I was like, we? He's like, yeah, I need some money. Like, we need this, that, and third. So we started brainstorming, and the family, we came together and we was like, you know what? It ain't going to be the regular shit. It's going to be the way we do it. We're going to use our own money so nobody can tell us what to do. You got all accreditations. We'll come under. We'll get certified, and let's get busy. So what we started doing, we didn't just let you come to the office. We go to your house. I don't care if you live in the projects. I ain't scared of that. You know what I mean? We walk up in there because you got to treat the whole household. Can't treat an individual and send them back to a sick environment. Go ahead, my brother.
I don't let things go by without putting an exclamation mark on. You know how I do. But that's so important because the main thing for Black men is the comfortability. And if you are willing to go to their homes, go to their safe space, right? But then even when you get into the safe space, you then have an opportunity to assess the things around him. I often say, Kainon, here on the Kenny Burns Show, I often say, set your home up with reminders. Like you on my wall from '97. Like it's important to remind yourself of the journey. And I think, you guys being able to go into people's homes and it'll give you another assessment. Not when they come to your office, you can get what they're willing to tell you, but you get the crib like, no, okay, boom. Oh, wow. So I want to commend you on that. That's genius.
We've showed up to places. Got young men, 7-year-olds living in a trap house. You know what I'm saying? We've done group therapy in the projects. You know what? We're going to take it outside. Let's get some stuff off our minds. You know what I mean? Because many of us, people like, oh, it's dangerous. It's not dangerous. One, if you respect the environment. Two, if you there with good intentions to help.
Come on.
You know what I mean? I'm like, yo, fam, I know y'all getting busy over here. I understand that life too, but I'm here on some good shit. And I need y'all to be with me because we can't afford Shorty to grow up like this.
Come on.
You know what I mean?
That's most important, Kay. Though, to be honest with you, those conditions are not only systemic, they're generational.
100%.
What we've seen on television is people, well-to-do, and they're having breakdowns because they're so fucking successful. Or,
right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, nah, like, they really got some real issues. Like,
Absolutely.
I was watching Antebellum last night, and I got so frustrated. Wild story, by the way. If you haven't seen Antebellum, please take a minute out of your night tonight and watch Antebellum. It's so Jordan Peele-ish. But the point is like, when you go through what we're going through in this political climate and seeing how these brave racists are coming out of when you can go like you and your brother do, go to the hood and see situations that are hopeless.
Mm-hmm.
The motherfucker on Wall Street want to jump because he just fucking lost $1 trillion. You got the opportunity and the skill set to do that, make that $1 trillion again. This young brother don't even know he can leave his block.
Absolutely. Oh, it's real, bro. Listen. But what's real dangerous, and I don't want this to get lost. We gotta check in on each other because right now, suicide is an all-time high, and it didn't used to affect us like that. Now it's affecting us, because medication is becoming so cliche. You know what I mean? The whole idea of self-medicating and coping mechanisms and hope is just gone out the window. But it can't just be just hope. We got to have some availability and some tangibility too. This us being separate from each other is killing a lot of people. So we got to reach out. You know, if you're gonna use your social media to post a pic, use your social media to call somebody, video call somebody. Hey, see how they doing.
You know, your sister put me on this. Like, she like, you got to be more vulnerable because you help people daily, but you can help so many more if you just went onto your IG. I'm like, you're right. And absolutely, literally, bro, like, it's changed lives, saved lives, put people that were mentally, you know, oppressed into a go-get-it mentality. You know what I'm saying? Taking nothing to something on many levels, from relationships to businesses. Like, this platform is literally what you're talking about.
But you are able to do that. Everybody doesn't have the skill set to do it. You know what I mean? Because your ability to give of yourself, you know, and you know, you always say, yo, I'm gonna give people their flowers, get their flowers. I'm gonna give you yours right now, because a lot of people don't see the guy that comes before it starts and stays to the very end. You know what I mean? As amazing it may look, it could be a very lonely place at times. You know what I'm saying? So you constantly giving of yourself, making people feel good and stuff. But these are times you're away from your family. These are times where when it's late at night, this time we haven't even eaten in 18 hours. You know what I mean? Right. But, you know, so I'm going to give you yours for that. You know, you ain't just going to give them out. I'm going to give you yours too, man.
Appreciate that.
You know?
Yes, sir.
But us folks, please reach out and ask somebody, yo, how you feeling today? You know, check in on your people, right? Do whatever it takes. You know what I'm saying? Even in your own household, a lot of people live in the same household and don't understand how separated they are.
Dog,
you know what I mean?
Hold on. There you go again with your shit. Yeah. That is a fact, Jack. Like, and I have been, you know, pouring into people's minds all COVID how important it is to have a reckoning in your home, a reckoning with your relationships. Now, mind you, some shit you gotta let go to be spiritually and mentally healthy, and we talk about that all the time. But more importantly, like, your home, that is your place.
Yes, your place.
I want you to speak to this a little bit too, because I think there are ways that we can set up ourselves for success daily. I'm talking about whether it's morning meditation, music that takes you to
absolutely.
So what are some of the things, and I know you do that with your programs too.
Right. So one of the things, definitely have a moment together. Start with 30 seconds. You know what I mean? Nobody talking. Just deep breaths in, slow breaths out. Nobody talking. It sounds like a little bit of time, but that's a long time when nothing's happening. Gotcha. You know what I mean? Yep. So you start there, you know, and then be careful. Start to restructure your diet, right? I know we like certain things, whatever. Balance it out. Can't be all trap music. Young people can't be all trap music. Can't be all, you know, drill music.
Well, you got to listen. And I want to say this to add: you are what you consume.
You are what you consume.
Whether you consciously understand it or not. Look, I'm sorry.
Right. I mean, you see, you know, it's times. I got Marvin in back of me. You know what I'm saying? I love all the action. You know what I mean? But sometimes you got to have the balance, right? So what are you reading? What are you watching? You know, who are you talking to? You know, start measuring those things and seeing what's necessary to balance your plate out a little bit. Not saying just cut people off. Said balance the plate. Somebody who make you feel good, talk to them a little bit more.
Yeah, you understand. When I go here, you can continue talking. They got to stop putting that in my 4-piece at 4 first.
Yeah, man. But
but go ahead. I'm about to do this break.
Okay. But to the folks listening, you know, really set up your means of intake, right? And that way it'll seep into your subconscious, you know, and then you start doing things without even realize you're doing them. You know what I mean? If you listening to some Stevie Wonder, or you listen to believe me, you gonna feel different. Yo, our brother just hopped on.
Oh, D did?
Yeah, D just hopped on. You know, That's therapy. We done did a lot of therapy together. You know what I'm saying?
A lot of Uncle Nearest and cigars.
Whoa. Hey, look, I ain't want to say nothing, but I'm trying to be the man for the people. But
wait, I got something for you and D while he's watching. So
really?
I'm saving this for our next excursion.
Okay.
This is for our next. You know, I like to give the Kenny Burns show a little bit of everything. You know, we're in that wellness mode, but sometimes you got to smoke one with your friends. But I got this right here. Just came in. Yes, sir. And I'm not cracking that seal. I'm not cracking that seal until we are together. Yeah. Don't say Kenny.
We here
on me.
We here. You know, the truth of the matter is that, man, reignite with your friends. You know, everybody got to, let's push each other to a higher place and hold each other accountable, right?
Yep.
We got to hold each other accountable, man. We have more responsibility upon us, and we got to take advantage of those moments.
100%.
You know what I mean? And you mentioned spirituality earlier, right? So
you're playing that other one for the second break, right?
Spirituality is a practice within that. It just doesn't come by osmosis. It's a practice that happens with spirituality.
100%.
So let's institute these practices because the brain is a creature of repetition.
Yes.
Right? So whatever has most access to the brain is going to control the brain. It's a very simple equation.
Yes.
So if you overdoing volume, can overtake quality. If you being redundant, it's like Chinese water torture. You might think it's little bits of things, but it eventually will seep in and it will become a part of you. So imagine the song, imagine the poem, imagine the dance. Sooner or later, it's going to become a part of you.
No question. I want to say, I want to talk about D Nice for 2 seconds since he's on here. I wish we could three-way him, but first of all, congratulations on the Time nomination, Person of the Year.
Person of the Year, dude.
That is phenomenal. But I want to tell, and he's not going to get mad at me because I'm his brother. But I want to say, in the spirit of wellness, our brother had worked since he was 15 years old in the public eye, having to redefine who he was. And for years, he was, in the KRS-One shadow of, BDP and known connected to that and not as a masterful DJ or the TR-808 as a producer. And he was, but he had these things. And I'm proving a point, so follow me, nation. But, at the end of the day, he started, he stopped all of it and was making websites. And then all of a sudden, he just missed the music and started DJing again. And this is when we really reconnected, knew each other, but we really reconnected through him coming back to the DJ set and, the DJ realm or the party realm. And I want to tell you, man, seeing this brother start from, I'll do the show for this, I want to get on the show you to, all he did in the space. I mean, before COVID, he was the go-to for,
absolutely
the congressional, the congressional work.
Whatever. He started making that footprint.
Right. But I'm so happy for him. And this goes to the Time nod is because he stayed true to who he was. He made a point to not sacrifice, what he wanted out of it. And I promise y'all, and Kainon can attest this, when we saw him the night he went to 100,000, now mind you, we had been rocking with him, checking on him the first 3-4 days. But when he went to that stratosphere and all that's happened for him, that's a testament to, and it gets hard. You have no idea the conversation.
Oh man!
So I want to congratulate him, but I also want to put him on a pedestal in this conversation because there was a lot of things he was dealing with leading up to this, and that, ladies and gentlemen, you know, in a lot of ways took our brother to another level spiritually. Not what we saw the whole time and what you now see, but I'm talking about spirituality. He's in a whole.
Absolutely.
That's a testament to
100%. But as you said, it's a practice. It's a practice. He produced self-destruction. 16 to 17 years old when he produced self-destruction. That's when we met, right? Self-destruction changed the world. We are the world of hip-hop, right? And to your point, staying the course of who you are, being true to who you are, people will recognize that. You know what I'm saying? And also paying homage to people who give you guidance. You know what I mean? Which he does. You know what I'm saying? Clark Kent, Scott LaRock. He always mentions those. And then our brotherhood.
Yeah.
That we formed and developed over the years. You know what I mean? As it pertains to, and believing, practice, right? Believing in your friends. I remember my very first big gig in marketing. My very first one was, I think that might have been like, what, 2000 and something, 2002, like where I had the major mega budget, right?
Right.
And I had a 4-day thing, and he said he wanted to DJ. He was just starting. I was like, I bet you doing it. Yo, the corporation and people around me fought like hell. They was like, yo, you know, this is on you if this goes bad. I was like, so what? You know what I'm saying? So what? And he came through. And we rocked out for 4 days straight, and it was amazing. When I say amazing, it was amazing. And I'm just like, you know what? Hey, I ain't gonna never I didn't even doubt it to begin with, but I'm like, I ain't letting nobody tell me what to do. I'm dancing with who I came with. I say that all the time. You know what I say? I dance with who I came with, right?
That's right.
And it could go like this, but I don't care. Like, my brothers is my brothers. And we challenge each other, we sharpen each other. As y'all hear us as far as mental health is concerned, we keep each other's mental health in line because my friends don't lie to me. They don't lie to me. If I'm bugging, I'm doing a little too much, I'm getting a call from one of these dudes, or they putting a hand on my chest, chill. You doing? And we all do that amongst each other. That's part of the practice of spirituality. When I need to say, and I need to hear something, I tell my brothers, yo, love you, man. Just want to say I love you. Need to hear from you. I miss you. Ain't nothing soft about that. Right? So, and that's what we're going to keep doing. And hopefully, people will see that and want to be a part of that. And they'll start doing that, and it'll spread virally. Let's hope so.
100%. But I think a testament to COVID and the time we've had as a culture to bond, as a culture, not just, you know, friendships that were already in pocket or in place. I'm talking about the way as a community we've lifted each other up. I know here on the Kenny Burns Show with this TKBS Nation, man, it's like you wouldn't believe. I mean, women, first of all, black women will save the world, have always saved me. But the way that black women have gotten involved, I'm just saying, but my following was 51% males, young males, 25 to 34. It is now flipped, and women are like pushing the needle. But I'm gonna tell you what it's reveled in, and this is what I'm so proud of. It's reveled in support.
Mm-hmm.
You know, everybody's not. You know, women are more inclined to support and be thoughtful with their offering. But I'm seeing how in COVID, man, more people are just thoughtful. I mean, if you saw when I was giving away the wings, the one lady came on with the wings. Then she was like, I saw a lady in the thing. But hey, every single day on TKBS, they're coming with this giving. This, you know what I mean? It's unreal, man. But
it's contagious, though. It's contagious. You giving it up, bro. We doing this. You giving it up. You know, we talked about D giving it up. Me and my brother, we giving it up. We was like, yo, it's contagious, bro. And our intentions are good. And as you speak about women, listen, we've had supportive women all our lives. You know what I'm saying? It's from mothers to wives. We've had women all our lives support us. So you got to have good intentions, and people they could be a little bit misguided at first because you're a little apprehensive based on your own personal experiences. But when they see the repetition, damn, this brother is still here and still consistent, you know, and he still treats me the same way.
Yeah.
Then that barrier becomes broken down. You know what I mean?
I'll go to this break, but I want to pick up right here, but give me 1 second. Because we are the type of men that have always respected our ladies, put our women first, always made them feel whole, always poured into them. But there's not a lot of pouring into black men the way that it has now happened.
Let's talk about that.
I want to talk about that. Yo, bro. So,
yes, sir.
And this is where I was kind of going to. Like, I really feel that this time has brought awareness to so many things. So many of our queens are flourishing and rightfully so, earning wages more than, better than, equal to, which is amazing. In the process, though, I do feel on a lot of levels that our men are just being, you know, and this is a two-part. Our men are just being put in such a box I've never seen in history, right? But it's also, too, because there's a culture, right? This new generation X, where there is no rules. There's nothing applied that says there is, you know, roles in a relationship and or we're equal. And this, you know, women are doing, I've never seen women, this is Generation X. They are X, right? The new this next
Gen Xers and
they're designing bodies. They're, you know, freely with the promiscuity. All of that. But it's where are we? Because on the twofold question, men are being put in a box. It's almost like the black man is not as respected. I don't know if that's just me. Let's talk about it. And then the other piece is how Gen X is making it. I don't know.
Well, you know, that's
Gen
big.
Z. Okay, Kendra, Gen Z.
Gen Z is Gen X. Well, all of us are included because I don't want to separate any of us because all of us are actually suffering and being affected by the current conditions. Right now, this is a hot topic, mainly because many people are unavailable to unable to have an intellectual discussion void of emotion. Right. But if we push the emotion aside, let's talk about some things that are necessary here. Every one of us got here by a combination of a male and a woman, right? So to establish perpetuity, we are both needed. We need each other. Let's land on that. That means I have something to offer too, right? Now, I do feel the sisters. Let's start there. Sisters are like, damn, we unprotected out here. And they have been. In a lot of ways, they have been unprotected.
Right.
But there's a resurgence of men who want to be there to protect you. You know, I
like platform. You said resurgence. I like you said. I like the fact that you honestly said resurgence.
Oh yeah, because we've been marginalized by design. You know what I mean? Mass incarceration, the pitted violence against each other. You know, the things that are input. We talked about digestion. You know, the things that are put into our young men when they're strong, they're young, but they're impulsive and immature. So now they're met to meet on streets and in circumstances where they feel their only option is to go on impulse, right? So how can I protect you if I haven't gained enough experience yet? How can I protect you if you're not trained to hear my voice, right? So now,
trained to hear my voice.
Yeah, you got to be trained to hear my voice because I can't protect you if I don't make you aware of the circumstance. I see things different than you. You know, I receive you, and I'm going to support you. Okay, there's never been a woman around any of us that said they felt unsafe around us.
Oh, never. Yeah, never.
And because we don't allow the nonsense around. There's a lot of brothers that feel like that. So if one of us tell you, hold on, sister, check it out. Just try something this way a little bit. You got to be receptive to hearing who's a friendly voice, sis. Because I cannot protect you if we're not able to communicate properly. You know, so we start there. Yes, they have been unprotected, but that systemically there have been some things to make us conflict with each other. Now we're trying to reestablish this communication. There's going to have to be some grace on both sides. I got to give you some grace. Woo! You got to give me some grace. Right? Shit. Got to give that to me. And because I do care.
Sides.
Both sides. Both sides. Shit. So we care. We care. And I need you with no doubt about it. I need you. And you need me too, though. You know, because you can't be out here by yourself. Ooh. So let's start there. And then, again, we can put a little bit of emotion in it, you know, but we got to put a little bit more intellect in it, too. So this shit starts making sense.
Hey, K, you said a whole fucking bar. We both have to have grace.
Yeah, man. I mean, that's a gift that came from, you know, it came from somewhere else, right? We have it, so let's give it, let's share it, you know. Wow. But that's where it starts, and then we got to start educating ourselves on what's healthy and unhealthy for us. You know, I like all kinds of shit. You know what I'm saying? But we can get full of junk food too, okay?
ASAP.
The long-term effect, though, is that it's going to taste good to the taste, but it's going to be bitter to the belly because
why my mother just said grace on both sides. You done set a bar if I'm meal in this motherfucker coast.
Let's go, Auntie. Let's go, Auntie. We here, you know. But grace on both sides, man. Let's get our spiritual diet up. Let's get our intellectual diet up, and then the physical will follow after that. You know,
and I want to use another big word to go along with grace. You murdered that, but I want to use the word respect. You know, people often ask you, ask me, ask other married men, how? Like, what is the commonality? How do you? I'm gonna tell you one word that will get you through any relationship if you set a foundation on it, and that is the word respect. You know your boundaries and limits in your relationships, but you choose, whomever needs to hear this, you choose to straddle the respect line. There's no straddling the respect line. The respect line has to stay fortified and it has to stay sturdy, because let me tell you something. When you disrespect, I'm sorry, listen, that there are things in a relationship that aren't respectful. It happens, whatever. You gotta, but when you purposefully, don't let that go over your head. I didn't say purposely, I said purposefully. Y'all hear me? There's no coming back. There's no coming back. And I just want y'all to know that, you know, we have the answers. We have the cheat sheet. That's why mental health is so important too, because communication.
Watch this, Kay. Watch this, right? You said respect. In the middle of respect is a trilateral, right? Trilateral is 3 or more letters that appear in many different words. Right?
I ain't even know that until right now.
In the middle of respect, you see SPEC. That's spec, right? It means to see, right? So to see how one sees themselves. So you have spec, you have respect, you have disrespect, you have introspect, and then you got speculate, you got species, similarities, organisms that see similarities amongst each other that allow them to function and progress. So let's go back to spec. You see, the way I see myself, you either respect me or you don't. Either it's a reaffirmation of the way I see myself or you don't see it. So when somebody says, when I tell youngins, nobody can ever disrespect you, because disrespect lies with self. Spec is with me, respect is with you, disrespect comes back with me. If you don't see me the way I see myself, then there's no reason for us to vibrate, bro. We don't vibrate. We good. We good. You know, but if I start acting something unlike myself, then I disrespect. I took the respect that I've earned away. Either you see me or you don't. And that comes from Dr. Ben Yokanson, one of our foremost African scholars in the world. He says, I only interact and debate with my peers or others I teach or I don't see. He don't mean you don't invisible. He mean that we don't see each other. Right, Kay? Come on, man. How many dudes throwing shit?
We dropping bombs. We dropping bombs. And I just want to put a little button on that, and we're going to keep going.
Let's go.
And if you don't respect yourself, there ain't no way nobody else going to respect you.
Mm-mm.
So my brother Kainon said this earlier. He said, you know, try breathing for 30 seconds. Like, that's staying still. When you first get up, he said. You said that, right? When you first get up.
When you first wake up in the morning.
Part of that is so that you can see yourself before you cloud your judgment with social media, before you get on the phone and have to be active in your professional life, before you got to say anything to anybody. Jessica will get out the bed, go in the other room, and meditate. For she say one word to me, I be reaching, trying to. She needs that moment, but that also taught me to take my moments.
That's right.
And so, because let me tell you something, energy is another word that's going to go aside. Grace, respect, energy. Energy will tear your entirety up. It will build impenetrable, give me a word, impenetrable fortress. You
Absolutely.
Hear me? It will
Absolutely.
build an impenetrable fortress, or it will destroy your whole shit like an atom bomb.
Listen, man. Hey, look, shit. Okay, you about to make me. You about to make me do a little Uncle Nearest something, man. Yo.
Hey, listen, man. I live for these conversations, man. You and I have been talking about doing this for so long.
Absolutely.
And for whatever reason, you ain't been on the live yet. But I want to say this, and this is some real shit, nation. If you don't got friends like this, you need to get you some new motherfucking friends. You can't, listen, this journey is short. This journey is short, and we don't know when our time is coming. I'm talking about to the baby, to the grandparent. You don't know. Mm-hmm. You have to have the right people around you to effectively live this thing we call life.
Mm-hmm.
I'm here.
Mm-hmm.
I got you. I got two things update. I got to report the story, man. I got to breathe too. Hold on. Give me 30 seconds.
Take that breathe.
We ain't got no time to be playing with them, Kay.
Nah, man. You know, and that's why, we got to keep pushing this thing forward. And we ain't stingy. KB over here giving free game every day, giving free game. I'll be like, yo, hold on, let me check in and get some free game. I learn from my brothers, man. I learn from, you know what I'm saying? I watch, I observe, I absorb, and then we institute it. Don't get it twisted. Back to the mental health therapy. And you asked me about how we put this thing together. We take our experiences. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I'm just going to do this when I got to go.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. Finish your thought. I got 30 seconds.
Okay. I'm saying we take our experiences that we learn as we travel, as we work, and then we put those to work. We implement those and make them applicable so that people could function in their everyday. Because, don't get it twisted. Even going into work right now for us is different because we got a shadow box. Get them. Okay.
I'm sorry, man. I'm a professional. I can multitask.
You sure can, bro. Yo, the people over here, they saying stuff. They was like, look, they said they want me to orate more on that shadow boxing. right? Say what I mean by shadow boxing.
Right.
So check this out. This is how unique and super we are as people, right?
Yeah.
There's many of us who's been in. We the only black person that walked in the room. There's plenty of times where I'm in a room full of people and I'm the only black person there.
Right.
Plenty of our brothers and our sisters been in the same situation. Fact is that we got to be so alert, and also we got to be multiple people in real time, right?
Hold on.
Talk about
hold up. You know, this is where we sometimes go crazy, Kainon. Having to be multiple people.
Mm-hmm.
And the problem in our industry, I can't let you not expound on this. The problem in our industry is that sometimes these different personalities we have to become to get our point across, relate to certain people, so forth. Some people internalize that as if they have to change who they are and become these other people. Now, certain things are drastic. When you change your name and you look in the mirror and you know Rufus is your real name, and then Rufus trying to come out every day, but you got to go and be Starlight because the people don't want Rufus, they want Starlight. I want, and this is whole heart. I want our people to understand the difference of multiple personalities and becoming someone you're not, and tailoring your game to be able to present to anyone. That's two different things. I just want you to touch on that a little bit.
Well, the thing is this, right? We gotta. First of all, it's not an easy task, right? You gotta practice certain things. We gotta sharpen our skill set, right? We gotta interview ourselves at times, you know. So, think about what might happen on the other side of the table,
right?
Right, because it ain't all from your perspective. You gotta consider other people's perspective. That's why you gotta educate yourself. When you walk into a room, know what's happening on the other side of the table. No, at least know a little something. It ain't all about what you know.
Yeah.
You know, because this is what likely can happen. It happens to us all the time. Where we gotta dance on the line of being our actual self and our assimilated self.
Come on,
right? There's times where I'm sitting in a room of people who don't look like me, and there might be some real offensive shit being said. And in my mind, my actual self, I'm ready to jump across the table and choke the shit out you.
Right.
My assimilated self, I'm like, damn, I gotta exist in this world too. Let me try to figure out a way to spin this so that I don't turn this room upside down and I keep business going.
Woo!
Or something like that. I'm not going to sacrifice or subjugate myself, but I got to be that aware and that alert. And then the messed up thing is that sometimes people might say, damn, I don't know how engaged he was. Let me tell you, that's a skill set, babe. It ain't about me not being engaged. That's me taking control of the situation.
Come on.
You know what I'm saying? Because if it goes the other way, nobody in here can stop that.
Come on.
So now, as far as shadow boxing is concerned, right? And people, to your point, your question was when people say, you know, I got to be this person as opposed to this person.
Come on, talk to our people, K.
It's a time and place for everything. You know what I'm saying? Time and place for everything. It's time for Kenny Burns. It's time for Big Head. It's time for a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? Because all of us, they don't know Big Head.
They don't know Big Head.
They don't know Big Head. Big Head turned it all upside down. He turned it all upside down. And then we all getting bailed out. You know, I digress. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is that we have to know the language of who you talking to, right? And when you walk in, if you know where a person is from, that way you understand what motivates them. You know what I mean? Because you know something about their culture.
Okay, hold on. Okay, come on with all these fucking isms, bro. This man just said, basically, if you know who you're talking to, you can get what you need out of them. Know who you're talking to.
Absolutely. Absolutely. From a business, let's talk business, right?
Yeah.
So, some people come up there. If you talk, the CMO talks a different language than the CFO. The CFO talks a different language than the CEO, right? Know who you talking to. Don't come with language that's designated for somebody else. Again, because you have an idea.
Hello?
Graveyard full of great ideas. The inability to execute them. A lot of us, we run into that problem.
It separates you. It separates you from the people that are actually doing it. If you want to do it, do your homework.
Absolutely. Don't come to me in a sword fight with a dull knife. I'm gonna chop your head off. I will. I'm gonna do it with care. I'm doing it with love. If I give a fuck about you. If I don't, I might dismiss you.
Hey, K, they don't realize that there have been, black men and women have been pitted against each other from day one.
Mm-hmm.
In the marketing space, it's no different. When you think about, Kainon, you guys is a very successful. He's been in spirits for almost 20 years. He, has put on and sponsored and supported some of the most amazing and biggest events over the last 20 years. And you couldn't imagine, D Nice and I have our version of it, but you couldn't imagine the games people play when it becomes, when it becomes who's best for the job, right? And I promise you, not the best person or the most qualified person gets the job all the time.
Without a doubt.
But to Kainon's point, the ones who consistently win, the ones who consistently show up and over deliver are the ones who know about the people they're going in business with. They,
100%.
And it's past relationships. And I want to say that yes, there's a lot of that comes with who you know. But if you come to the table enough with the information, you will not be continued to be overlooked. I promise you that.
100%. 100%. And be confident. Let get some confidence in yourself to shape it your way, right? Because, all right, check this out, okay? This gonna rub some people the wrong way, but whatever. I don't mind arrogance if it's fueled by achievement. Many of us, y'all fueled by appointment, right? Ain't no real work behind what your title or what people say you are, right? With that being said, some of y'all executives, be executives. Stop trying to be a celebrity. Get some real work done. All right? Because somehow many of us got the game fucked up. And many of y'all are just cool by job. I call you CBJs. You cool by job. Right? Because when you stop working, there ain't nobody fucking with you. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, hold up.
Yeah.
When you don't have that job no more, you don't got no friends.
You know what I'm saying?
You're not in position. Them people don't fuck with you.
Yeah.
What you done did to make people fuck with you?
Yeah. What do you have? What do you have? I see my brother on the line, my brother Sean on the line. He laughing. You know what I'm saying? But then the counter that, there's some good people who've been trying to be good executives, but because they wasn't doing the tap dance, people want to, push them to the side like they wasn't popping. You know what I'm saying? Like this, I saw a sister on this line right here that's done phenomenal work for people, right? Phenomenal. She chose to leave and go in a different direction. I wonder how many people went and hollered at her. How many people was ever there for her? Because I know she done gave out a lot of checks. Fact is that those are the mental struggles that we have to get over, right? Because that plays on your self-conscious, your confidence. You know, so again, back to that grace. Let's get back. Let's get a little bit
No,
more
hold on. Before you go to
gracious.
grace, before you go to grace,
Mm-hmm.
you know, I love giving. I don't just like it. I love giving people their flowers. That's always been my game.
Right.
And I want to say this, you know, and big, you know, I don't think people really realize what's happening in D Nice. I think they realize it because of the obvious. The obvious is that quarantine, he went up 2.3 million followers. The obvious is that
Woo!
y'all are, but hold on. He's the best DJ in the world.
Yeah, like you can't.
No, but what I'm trying to say is like, he don't owe y'all, like, he did the work. This nigga just turned 50. He been doing the work.
Yeah,
And
he's
I
been
want to say
doing the
it's
work.
about you. I want to say it's about you. There was a time in marketing where Gray Worldwide, Uniworld, all these companies had all the business because of default. They had a department
Mm-hmm.
focused on black
Mm-hmm.
folk.
Right.
And here comes Kainon and Keenan and whomever
Mm-hmm.
else led the way.
Mm-hmm.
Reach out to you all.
Thank you.
But they came in and really had the relationships. They had the relationships. What corporate America didn't understand at the time is that there were people that could do things that these companies could not. Full staff, full fucking departments could not do with these individuals. That's why I created the lifestyle specialist.
Absolutely.
I took from the blueprint in front of me and was like, you know what? I know everybody. Not
Absolutely.
only do I know everybody, everybody fucks with me in my face. Don't let that go over your head. Nobody's gonna nobody's gonna say shit about me, and they know if I come to the table, it's money involved. And I just want to give you your flowers, man, because really the way y'all played, and big shout out to the Broussard brothers too, but the way
Mm-hmm.
that
Sure.
y'all played the game and made it about you need me to get to my community. You can go pay all them
Absolutely.
celebrities if you want. You can go give them all the money in the world. You still gonna have to fuck with me. I've never known anybody stay with a company as long as you've been with Diageo.
Man, I've, I know how what I've been told, and I have to believe it now, is that one of my greatest skill sets is creating relationships and then mobilizing them.
No,
Right?
hold on, sorry. And delivering. None of
Oh,
this
for
shit
sure,
continues.
for
None of
sure.
this shit continues if you're not delivering.
Oh,
You can't
100%,
call one of
100%.
your clients, Kainon. You can't
Right,
call one of mine, anybody in our crew, and they don't
right.
say they over deliver.
True story, true story. So, with that being said, I look at the term influencer, right? That's a very thing. Whatever people have that they throw it around like crazy. Influencer. I'm not a dude that overly focuses on Instagram or Twitter or something. I've never tweeted a thing in my life. But I've never tweeted a thing in my life. But I know that I am one of the most impactful motherfucker. I am in that top 5%. Right? The thing is this.
Facts.
When you talk about influence, I want to see where you come from. Like, you can have 1 million followers. You can't mobilize 20 people from your own block that you grew up on. You know what I'm saying? So I don't believe you. You know what I'm saying? It's going to come out at some point. The smoke is going to clear as it's doing now. As people will see who's still standing. I'm like,
How long?
mm-hmm.
I'm listening.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, see who's standing, right? And that's the thing. Having brothers to keep you accountable. That one, you ain't gonna do no bozo shit. Number two, there's like you said, there's particular codes of conduct that I'm not crossing. I have boundaries that I'm not crossing.
Hold on. The fuck. Add boundaries to grace, respect, What was the other one? Add boundaries.
Mm-hmm.
Add boundaries to grace, respect. What was the other one, y'all? You know what I'm talking about. Add boundaries. Boundaries, let me tell y'all something. Boundaries will define you. Because if you allow people to enter your space when they feel like it, you are under their rule and control. When you define boundaries, you keep people where you need them to be. You motherfuckers better hear that.
Yeah, man. Look, you know what boundaries is? You know what boundaries is? This wasn't happening. When somebody say some dumb shit, be like, yo, you slept with this girl? How that happen? And I'm like, one, you know what I'm saying? We just hanging out. One thing led to another. Nah, fam. If you have boundaries, one thing would never lead to another. It would never go that route because you've established boundaries. There's certain things I'm not doing. Like I done business in every major city in America, above ground and underground. Long time ago. But
I don't know what you're talking about.
Right. But there's not a soul that's going to ever tell you that one, I owe them a dime. Two, like you said, I ain't ever delivered. Right? Not a soul. So I could walk clean. I can get respect. I could call people from the boardroom or the projects in every city and be like, yo, this is where I'm at. Pull up. And everybody here going to get along. We going to do it. It's going to be in a spirit of, you know, just grace and trust, man. Like, that's where we at, man. And we just talking, Kay. We just talking.
This is what the people needed, man. You know, I said I had a surprise for them today. This has turned into a masterclass. I believe, you know, to your point of the phoenixes rising to the ashes, I always say that phoenixes have been, this whole year has changed the guard. People that were influential in culture on a high level are now removed from their positions. Mm-hmm. I think we will no longer tolerate false prophets. I think we're going to ask questions. Let me ask questions next to boundaries, grace, respect, and energy. We're going to ask questions. You're not just saying whatever to us no more. We're going to do the research. We're going to ask motherfucking questions. And I truly believe that the ones who have given freely will be the ones who will transcend into the next guard, to the next hierarchy of influence and even politics. I know for a fact, Georgia turning blue, I had a part to do with that.
Yo, y'all was working. You, Shaka Zulu, Killer Mike, G's, and then the sisters, like Stacey Abrams, dude.
No doubt. But that's what I'm trying to say. To be a part of that group who, and we're not done. We got to get this Senate. This runoff is as the presidential election. We're gonna get that. I just spoke at John Ossoff's thing the other day. But my point is, we have new direction, y'all. We have new purpose. We have seen why. I think our generation is just realizing the importance. I'm talking about myself. Let me talk about myself. I think people like me in our generation are just realizing the importance of voting. I think it started with Barack Obama, but even now we're like locally, state, and federally, we have a responsibility, right? My son, your nephew, just voted for the first time. My nephews just voted. So my thing is like,
yours too.
we have an understanding now of the importance of our responsibility. Add responsibility to the goddamn thing. Grace, respect, energy, boundaries, responsibility, and ask some motherfucking questions.
Absolutely, man. You know, when you said voting, right? Like you hear a lot of people was like, man, I ain't with the voting. Check this out. When they say stupid shit like that, this is what I say. I ain't telling you who you got to vote for. I'm saying you got to get involved. Why? Because we are the only people that have been enslaved on American soil. We're the only people whose humanity was codified by law. You understand? Only people in this history that had to fight to prove that we're human beings. Right? So if we're denied learning, we denied voting. We're denied owning property. Just dehumanized. Then of course there's value in those things.
Come on.
In order for us to progress. You know what I'm saying? If it was codified by law, then there's value in those things. Like I said, I ain't telling you who to vote for, but you got to get involved to change situations from a policy perspective.
Hey, hold on. He not telling y'all who to vote for. I'm motherfucking telling you. Listen, I'm the guy who sends the entire ballot on my Instagram. But listen, let me tell y'all something. I don't give a fuck about Republicans or Democrats.
Big heads back.
I got you. I got you. Let's be 100% clear. It is about human race. For me, it is about human race. There are things that politicians do that go over our heads. So you need motherfucking translators. I need translators that will give us the connection we need to double down on these people. Mind you, let me say this, and I'm going to say this one time. They work for us. And if they are not speaking for us in what they're going to do for us, they are not fit to lead us. This is locally, this is statewide, and this is federally. Hold that thought.
Oh, okay. My brother said some young people out here listening too.
Hey, I'm looking. I'm gonna tell you some real talk.
What up?
My biggest male following is 25 to 34.
All right.
So
come on, y'all. Yo, we here, y'all. We here. Let's rap.
But they know we're gonna give them the information. They know we're not gonna hold on to the distributor. We're not gonna hold on to the manufacturer. We're not gonna hold on to, like, when people call me on the radio, they are overwhelmed. Like, this guy asked me yesterday. He said he was in tech in Atlanta. I was like, oh, you need to find Paul Judge right now. He has a tech square that he built. He's here from Silicon Valley. He was like, Kenny, some people just don't know. But guess what? I'm here to give you the information. What I know, will know.
Watch this. Watch this. Let me tell you who you are. Let's bounce these flowers back and forth. Right. Check it out. Right. We had a virus in our community. I ain't talking about corona. I'm talking about a mental virus. Right. That was put in our community to help destroy us from the inside out. Right.
Woo!
So our youngins infected our minds. Now, when your body gets sick and your body has a virus, if your body's working properly, because what a virus is host, it needs a compromised cells to latch onto, right? And then it starts spreading. So your body, that's when the antibody's supposed to wake up. Yeah. Right? The antibodies are the cells that have been compromised before, but they're resistant to it. So they can't be affected. So the virus connects there and then it subsides. Right. Becomes harmless again. That's why it's important for us men to be involved. That's why we need it. You know why? Because dudes like me and you who've been through that shit before, we can grab these shorties who a little bit infected. They see the familiarity with us. They be like, damn, I know homie was with it. We could grab them up. Be like, I know how you feel, my dude. But check this out. I'm going to show you a different way. Come here, stand next to me. Look at it this way, whatever. That's why we need us, because we need to subside this virus, get their minds back right. You know what I'm saying?
I love that.
Damn, look at these dudes. These dudes got families. They got money. They doing whatever they want to do. Yeah, you too. Let me show you how, though. Can't be listening to that. Can't be doing that stupid shit. Come over here. Let me show you this. You know, so you saying, yo, you need to go holler at Judge. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, dude, I'm gonna help you get there. Yeah. I'm not gonna sit up here and sit on something that's gonna help you.
You know what disappoints me about the old guard, and I'm so happy it's changing, to be honest. Like, I'm happy to see growth in people. I'm happy to see purpose matched with product. But looking back, man, it's sad when someone sees your light and doesn't tell you about your light, man. And that's what I want to be for people. I want to not only see people, but I want to let them, if they don't recognize their superpower, I want to tell them what I see they're super. You know what I mean? And I think that that's half the battle. And Kate, we didn't have those type of people. I mean, your father, you came from good stock.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But I didn't have that. And I think a lot of the young men that identify, and I think the reason why I have such a young male following is because they see that in me. They 100%. See that I was once, I know what it's like. You know what I'm saying? I know what it's like to be judged because of my light skin. I know what it's judged because in pictures I show up well, I smell good. All the shit you think you be, you know what I'm saying, applauded for.
True story.
Right? But I think, and even, you know, and I'm not going to get into Big Head Kenny and the gangster shit, but even that, a lot of the conflicts, because I felt like I had to beat your ass so that you wouldn't try me, or I had to do certain things because I was the leader of my crew and first to jump off the porch, and you weren't going to do my man like that. You won't say whatever to my little sister. You definitely weren't going to, you know what I'm saying? So long story short, before I got too deep into that, I just feel. I
love that dude too, you know, I loved him too.
Yeah. And I love Rico motherfucking Yadameen, your alter ego. Don't let that go over your head, people. But I think that we have to get back to celebrating our men and building them back up. I want to close on this because, again, we touched on it. I just feel that they're not only trying to tear us down systemically, our own people are tearing down our black men on a lot of levels. So, you know, as we continue,
mental virus.
It is a mental virus, and that's what I want to play on. But as we continue to try to immunize ourselves from the bullshit, we might want to look in the mirror first. And that's my point. My moral of this story is start with yourself. Before you go run out and judge somebody, decide somebody else's personality and or offering, before you try to not give the best person that deserves the job because of your insecurities, start with yourself.
True story. Put the stamp on that ish. You know, my brother. Yeah, this was great, man. This is awesome. I don't know if you even looking. Yeah.
Once a month. And I want you to come on air tomorrow during the free game segment. I need you to take, it's only like 5 or 6 minutes.
Okay.
Take a 5-minute exercise. Kelly Ware, she's a part of TKBS Nation. I want you to meet her too because she could do some great things with your business. She did an exercise, and the exercise was put 2 things in your hand. And she ran through the exercise, and it was basically about what you hold on to, you will be stuck with, basically. You know what I mean? And and it was some more texture to it, but you know, the ultimate part was like, you can hold on to that shit can you get in your pocket and get some money? Nah, because you hold on too tight to the bullshit. You gotta forgive. It was about forgiveness, but I wanted to bring it overarching by like, if you don't get that shit about your motherfucking hands.
Hey man.
But come up with something like that for tomorrow. 5 minutes tops. We could go through an exercise on air. And it's about our people, man, about helping them get out their own way. Let's get to it. Okay, boy. I appreciate your time. The gems are disrespectful on this episode.
Right. Yo, man, this is awesome, man. Yo. Salute. Bows.
Yeah, follow my guy, ladies and gentlemen. We're trying to get him more active on social. I'm sure he's gonna get a gang of followers from this. But his brother Kendall, they have if you want to put it on there, I'll
you can say it. You can say it.
Yeah, no. So his brother Kendall, they have a ARJ Cares. That's the initials of their parents. I love that. Full circle product with purpose. And then Jasper Psychological Services. So be sure to support what they're doing. You know, it's a blessing, man, when you have people like you that speak like you, that come from where you come from, giving you other ways to, you know, lock in and be better, man. And I salute you and your brother Kendall for doing the work, bro.
Well, we got a whole lot of work to do, and we cannot do the shit without our folks. Period. Point blank. We cannot do it without our folks. And this is where, you know, this is where the rubber meets the road, bro.
That's right.
Like, You know, either you with it or you not. It's a lot of cats talk that shit. And then there's people who be about it, who is about it. You know what I mean?
That's right.
And for me, that's what I'm riding with. We can't afford to give energy to people who not reciprocating this, right?
Yeah. And I'm sorry, I have to add on to that gangster shit you just said. And I said this yesterday.
Talk about it.
2021, we letting go of some people, y'all. It's okay. We have to fortify our communities, and that's by putting people in power that are selfless. We're not doing any more for profit or for fame. With our lives at the expense. We're not doing that no more. We are locking in going forward, and it's not about shitting on Lil Wayne or shit. No, you've made your choice. You got to go over here now. It's okay. We're not. Fuck all that forgiving people that don't want your forgiveness, that continue to show you who they are. It's okay. We don't want you to die. We want you to go over there. Go over there. Yeah. It's fine. Go over there.
Let's go play in the corner.
Microphone. We're taking the microphone. People that are speaking on the microphone going forward have some real shit to say, to offer your life.
Right. As my brother Kendall say, as Doc and the dude would say, it's all right, it's all right. All
right, we'll do it again soon. We're doing this once a month, TKBS Nation. We're going to bring Kainon back. We're going to have some healthy, honest conversation about mental health and wellness.
Yes, sir. Love.
All right, peace.